Hey everybody, Mystics here, 808 here, and this is the first official episode of HitchHiker's Wisdom. So let's cut all the formalities and let's just get into it. Don't panic. The best advice in the galaxy. Arthur Dent was experiencing a lot of negativity in his life, never being at ease with himself and always appearing worried. 2 words create such a powerful mantra. I mean, they're in complete alignment with navigating modern anxiety, as well as uncertainty and cosmic absurdity. Now, these words alone are very powerful. The spelling aspect as well is a powerful concept. Casting spells, called spelling, right? Like, I'm pretty sure you've heard that a million times over. But now, I want to look at these words simply on their own. Now, when you see the word panic, and we'll put it like right here. When you see the word panic, to me, what I see is called see pain. Just a little anagram there. You swap it around, bam, there you go. Now, seeing pain is preemptively seeing pain before it happens, or it will never happen. Either way, they're a bad thing to do. Panicking is a bad thing to do. So therefore, saying don't panic is simply just saying, hey, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. But there are times when happens. Hope you catch my drift. Another interesting one I always found was fear. And now fear, I thought, was a great, not an anagram this time, but simply just spells it out for you. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. So therefore, panic is, in a way, very similar. You're seeing pain before it happens. Yet, fear is, it's not real at all, but you're seeing it as real. It's dangerous, it's fearful, and it's just like the news channels and everything, telling you this is going to happen, when in fact it may never happen. But they're trying to sell you the concept of fear. Fear becomes your God, and that's all you want to ever believe in. So drop that fear. Now, anytime you say something positive, you get a positive vibration or frequency. Same thing with the opposite end of the spectrum. Negative things, negative thinking, negative saying, negative vibrations or frequencies. And virtually the same kind of thing when you think about it. Now, these are both universal laws. Now, first we got the law of vibration, which says nothing rests, everything moves, because everything vibrates, everything's alive. And now that's hermetics for you. And now this can also be contributed over into the law of rhythm, which would be, in my case, I think law of rhythm as a wavelength. Simply all it is. You have your ups, you have your downs, you have your ups, you have your downs, you have your ups, you have your downs. Simple as that. So therefore, having a good frequency, a high frequency, therefore your ups and your downs are pretty hand in hand. Except for your downs are not as bad. Whereas low frequencies, you're going to experience a lot of negative because the positives are not going so high. Your positives may just be getting your not so good paycheck. And then your problems are going to still be there, and they're lasting longer. And now the universal law of mentalism pretty much states that the all is mind, the universe is mental. So therefore, when you're seeing pain, when you are, seeing that false evidence proving real, like that is going out. Now, this doesn't just affect you. It affects everybody. It can affect your family, it can affect your friends. In contemporary terms, this would be called the law of attraction, right? You are what you attract. And simply, when you want to manifest, whether or not you're in a good state of mind or a negative state of mind, things are going to come. But the negativity stuff, that comes even quicker when you keep thinking about it. Now, the positive stuff may take a little while longer, but does that really matter at the end of the day? Like, if your blessings are coming, are you going to be sitting here going, oh, when is it coming? I need to check what day and make sure I'm available for it. No. They're simply going to come. Another good example in the book is this one little sentence that made it not really into the story itself, but it's more of like a side story. And it simply reads this: Ford's father eventually died of shame, which is still a terminal disease in some parts of the galaxy. Now, life has its curveballs, right? We all have curveballs. All things happen. Also, would call it happens, right? Yeah, we all know. But the thing is, being shameful, just having that low vibration, having that low rhythm, that low wavelength in your mind, just staying in the gutter, is simply not going to help anybody. Certainly not going to help yourself. And now, can you die of such things? Absolutely you can. Like depression, you can die from it. There's lots of things that you can die from, just simply by being in a low frequency. There are also terminal diseases. There could be, the S word that nobody likes to talk about on the internet, in which case, it's very real. So I'm just going to be real with you. Yes, having low frequencies, being in bad states of mind, that is simply, it can be dangerous. Not going to lie to you guys. And now, bad things happening, they're not entirely always bad things. A lot of times, they are life lessons to be learned, such as if you keep doing this one thing over and over again, but you're seeing no results. That's Albert Einstein's definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and it's not going to get you anywhere. Yeah, that's his definition of insanity, like I was just saying. And now, there's a lot of bad things that happen that are just happens, right? Just simple as that. And now navigating through those bad experiences is also how you just navigate day-to-day life. And now, hey, I'm not so innocent, man. Like, I've definitely had times where I've panicked about so much, preemptively feared everything, preemptively just saw everything not going in my favor. And now, when you start actually applying more positivity to your life, you are going to see drastic changes. And you know what? Start little. Start doing a different daily routine. Start doing a different morning routine. Start doing something. Start thinking in your noodle that you are going to start making positive changes. And you will. Eventually. Not saying it's going to happen overnight. But it definitely can. In moments of great stress, every life form that exists gives out a tiny subliminal signal. This was the moment when the bartender was told the earth was about to end by Ford Prefect. Now you see, that whole concept right there, it goes out, right? It's a tiny subliminal signal. In which case, this also brings me to another universal law, the law of correspondence, otherwise known as above, so below. And now we got a such a good, I think, personally, a good example of this in HitchHiker's Guide to the Galaxy. When Arthur's house was about to be demolished, the foreman said, hey, the plans for this demolition were made up months ago. Yeah, they may have been in a locked storage cabinet. They may have been in a locked file cabinet, but hey, they were there and you should have came and protested, but you never did, so sorry, we're going to have to ply your house down to make room for a new highway. Now, funny thing is, after Ford comes and gets Arthur, tells him that the world's going to end. Now, what are the Vogons doing? Same exact thing. Oh, people of Earth. Yeah, your planet's about to be destroyed, and you should have made a petition for that. But hey, the plans have been stuck in the middle of the galaxy for thousands of years, but you did nothing because you didn't know about it. I'm so sorry, boom. Come on. Like, it can't be more clear, as above, so below, than that. One's on a smaller scale, one's on a larger scale. But it doesn't matter, it's the exact same thing. Now, at the end of the day, though, yeah, these two events correspond. But it also gives the illusion of separation and locality. Now, everything that's going out, when that subliminal signal is going out, it's not just affecting you. Like I said, it's affecting everybody. Get separation, like from me to the next person, me and my family, me and my friends. same in locality even. So me being, hours away from a family member, me being hours away from a friend, we're not separate, guys. We're all connected, seriously, by little wavelengths. I mean, if string theory wants to come around and say I'm wrong, sure, go ahead. But most likely string theory is the strings of little waves. Now scientists, I mean, go ahead and call out BS all you want. Yeah, like, that's just my theory anyway. Now, I just explained to you the universal laws that go into the don't panic mantra. Simply saying that the more you focus on the negative, the more negative you're going to receive. The more positive you bring out into the world and into yourself, the more positive changes you'll see. And like I've said before, none of us are perfect. We will absolutely fail a million times before we get it right. But does that mean you should quit? Absolutely not. No. This next part in the book really, I think, hammered it into me, because this also gave me another little insight, being that it was able to be traced back into another book, into an actual wisdom teaching. And now this is going to be really cool, so I would pay attention right here. Now in the book, it talks about the computer Deep Thought that was made on the planet Magrathea. Now Deep Thought was interesting because it said it was the best computer in the galaxy. Well, it said itself it was the second best. Personally, yes. First best was definitely God, right? Yeah, I think so too. Now Deep Thought was programmed with a simple saying: I think, therefore I am. Should I say more? I think, therefore I am. That is the most greatest little wisdom teaching I've ever heard. Because you can think yourself into anything. Now, do you want to be a millionaire? Think about it all you want. But if the steps don't manifest to make you become a millionaire, then it may not be in the cards. Because manifestation, the steps are also going to come along the way. Like they said in the documentary The Secret, just because you imagine $1 million does not mean it's going to fall into your lap. I'm sorry. That could happen in a higher dimension, but would it be all that smart for us humans down here to have that power? No, I don't think so. But it's funny how that right there, I think, therefore I am, ties in with another wisdom teaching, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. There's a certain text in the Emerald Tablets, which is Emerald Tablet number 10, called the Key of Time, in which you'll find this passage. Now, it's not in its actual order, but I only nitpicked the things out of it that I thought had the most relevance. So here we go. List ye, O man, take of my wisdom. Learn of his deep hidden mysteries of space. Learn the thought, that grew in the abyss, bringing order and harmony in space. And now that got me a lot, because deep thought, the computer Deep Thought, learn the thought that grew in the abyss, that bring order and harmony in space. Interesting, right? Now here's more. Know ye, O Thoth, in the beginning there was a void and nothingness, a timeless, spaceless nothingness, and into the nothingness came a thought, purposeful, all evading, and it filled the void. There existed no matter, only force, a movement, a vortex, a vibration of the purposeful thought that filled the void. In the beginning there was eternal thought. Seek thee and find the key I have given, and ever shalt thou be a child of the light. Now, when I first saw Deep Thought in the book, this is exactly what I thought about. I thought about the thought, obviously. Now, thinking is powerful. Now, how did we get this webcam I'm talking to? Because I'm really not talking to anybody right now. How did we get it? Somebody had thought about it. Who created this light? Somebody had obviously a thought of making it, a microphone, capturing audio. A mouse, so I won't have to play around with the trackpad on the laptop. Everything. A portable keyboard for your tablet. I mean, a phone. I mean, dude, it all came from thought. Seriously, it all came from a thought. So therefore, creating your own reality starts with a thought. And now when those steps start manifesting, you have to keep on going. Eventually, you'll get there. Now breaking back down into the Emerald Tablets is that learn the thought that grew in the abyss, bringing order and harmony in space. Now I think Thoth was personally talking about inner space, not outer space. Because what can we affect on outer space right now? The ISS, satellites, the rover. Yeah, pretty impressive feats. But inner space, I think, is what he's talking about. Simply because the order and harmony has to be within you first before anything really great can happen, anything big can happen. Alright, so one last little just example I wanted to give of like how powerful your thoughts, your words can absolutely be. Now, there's the water study done by Dr. Emoto. And now, this is a study that was done so long ago, and I recommend you find it because it's just an incredible study. You speak positively to a glass of water, and it's going to stay clean and delicious for you to drink. But if you start speaking negatively to it, it's going to go sour and get you sick. Now, think about it, guys. If our bodies are 90% water or whatever it is, it's probably 75. I don't exactly know the number. I'm just saying. But can it affect us if that's the case? Yeah. I believe so, personally. But at the end of the day, too, science has proved it. Yeah, I mean, positive, negative vibrations can affect our physical world. So, I don't know. What do you think? Alright, so final thoughts here. Don't panic is simply just the smartest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because obviously, it says it when Arthur and Ford are on the Vogon ship. He pretty much says, don't panic. It's the first helpful or intelligible thing anybody's said to me all day. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that is. It's such an easy concept to know. Just don't panic. Don't worry. The universe, God will provide. And remember that we are all, a little bit of the creator ourselves. Even the Ananu or Anunnaki in the Sumerian tablets, when they were basically genetically modifying us, said that we had the ability to be bigger than them. Like the secrets to the universe are within us. And now I think this is what we're learning on a smaller cosmic scale, is simply we are learning, okay, this is magic. When you think positively, when you put action toward it, conscious thought, action. Now that's a Billy Carson formula, which I think is great. It's conscious thought plus action equals manifestation. And now, yeah, you need the action because those steps still need to come in. If you want to become that millionaire and, if you want to become that millionaire and your boss is all like, all right, let's get you up to the CEO, you can make millions. And if you go, no, I don't think so. I'm just going to sit here and manifest $1 million in my head. It's not going to work. Take that job. So at the end of the day, don't panic. Don't preemptively see pain. Just calm down, see the light. Just simply it, see the light. I see a lot of light right now because I'm filming and I got a bunch of lights in my face. But, no, anyway, just see positivity. See what you can do good in the world. See what positivity you can bring. And simple as that, yeah, just don't panic. Panic to an extent, but not a lot. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything. Well, maybe not anything. Professionally, you can do anything. Yeah, I would say that's it. Alright, so whoever watched this, thank you very much. hit like on the video if you did like it, because this is something I continue to plan on doing, is exposing the wisdom in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And hell, maybe even do a deep dive into why Douglas Adams even had this in his book in the first place, because it's interesting. I'll tell you that. So anyway, like, subscribe, hit like, leave a comment if you like, leave any elaboration that you like. I like hearing other people's thoughts too. There you go. Another thought. There you go. I like hearing other people's thoughts on the universe, on Don't Panic, on all that. So, hey, I like hearing other people too. Because at the end of the day, we're all here. We're all the same. We might as well get along, right? No matter what country you're from, no matter what language we speak. All right, I'm going to stop talking. All right, like, subscribe, hit like. Don't panic, be thyself, and see you later, guys. Bye-bye.